Directors at 5:30. Roll call, please.
David Lupine,
Present.
Nardi Lopez, Justin Knowles,
Here.
Ellen McIsaac, here, Dennis Trujillo,
Here.
Vicky Lee,
Here.
Cheryl Garner,
Here.
Farad Tashkabat.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you. Can I have the pledge of allegiance? Mr. Jones?
Sure.
Oh, Mr. Schatz? Sorry.
Okay, well, please stand if you can. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just a quick question. Did the papers was zooming in or?
I have not received any.
Okay. Public comments for items not on the agenda?
None.
None. Thank you. Public comments concerning agendized items?
None.
Thank you. Reports, Ms. Lynch?
So I'd like to say that we're happy to be back at school, and it's been great getting into classrooms and doing the walkthroughs and seeing all the students, seeing the work that's happening in the robotics room and in the classrooms with STEAM. And I'm very excited, come on up, gentlemen, to introduce you to our co-athletic directors. Remember, we switched the model this year. We now have 2 teachers who are going to share this position, and we're excited that we have created a middle school sports program. So we're phasing it in. We started with basketball. Very excited, and they're here to introduce themselves tonight and tell you a little bit about the programs.
So I'm Bud Tapp. I'm one of the PE teachers here for the middle school and high school, as well as the high school boys varsity team coach.
And then my name is Kevin Rocha. This is my second year teaching PE at middle school and also high school this year. Very excited to see what we can do to build and grow the programs here.
Yeah, so we did just have the middle school basketball tryouts yesterday, so we were very excited to bring that back. We had close to 40 students come out yesterday, which shows a very big interest in middle school that we've been, been gassed about a lot for the students. So we're really excited to push that forward this year.
Awesome.
They're very enthusiastic, and glad we're able to incorporate those. But it's a lot of work on these 2, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for stepping up.
Thank you.
Thank you. Director of Student Services, Mr. Riley.
Good evening. For us, obviously, student services, attendance starts when the beginning of the school year starts. So it is our big focus. Sat with the folks from Attend this morning. We got our initial data back, which puts us about exactly where I thought we would be. I look forward to sharing some of the more specific data with you as we kind of move forward. But we have already held 2 of our attendance team meetings. And as we get to our next attendance team meeting next Wednesday, we'll discuss that data and then start talking about plans that we're going to put into place to make sure that we're a lot more proactive than we have been even in the years in the past. So.
And you need to give yourself accolades because Ms. McLaren, the middle school, has improved tardies already.
That is true.
Yes. That's good. Middle school tardies.
Thank you. Director of Educational Services, Mr. Schatz.
Our solution tree math consultant was here yesterday and today, and she did math walkthroughs of the classrooms and met with our administrators and worked with them and with our coaches. We had a very productive 2 days with her. And we are also very excited to say on Thursday is our long-awaited and highly anticipated day 1 of our dual enrollment courses partnering with ABC. So we are excited to get that chapter going again for this school year. And I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Dennis Trujillo because he donated 2 large plastic totes of high school novels for our students. We're excited to get their hands on those. And also, so thank you, Dennis. And also thank you for Ms. Nardi Lopez and the City of Palmdale because they are giving us some floodlights so that we can light up our building for teal color for suicide prevention, which is September 7th through the 13th.
Thank you. Director of Special Education, Ms. Fawcett.
I don't really have anything to report other than that we have had an outstanding start of our school year and that This is our second year at the high school, middle school, doing the co-teaching and pushing model, and things are going really well. I really appreciate the high school, middle school support and with the teachers' collaboration with our model that we're second year in implementation with, and things are going really well. There's a lot of more collaboration, and it's really working with the students, so I just want to thank the administration and everybody's support. So thank you, board.
Thank
When does
you.
the dog show up?
Pardon me?
When does the dog show up?
Whenever you like. I actually spent a
Oh,
lot
it's
of.
here already?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's why I was wondering. That's all
I
right on
spend
there.
most of the day
Okay.
today with the dog, and
Okay.
she's an amazing dog. One thing that I'm very thankful for is she's never barked once. The only time I've ever heard her make any noise is when we take her to puppy kindergarten. So even though she's very energetic and she's very friendly, she is very quiet.
What kind of dog is it?
She's a Labrador Retriever.
Oh, okay.
She had her picture taken yesterday. Her name is Osmo Griffin. Yes.
Okay.
And I can bring you updates, and starting next week, actually though, she will have her own link on our Griffin Gazette that will be forwarded to you, so you click on the link and you'll get information about her weekend, okay?
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Director of Facilities, Maintenance, Operations, Mr. Judge.
Good evening, Board. From a classified operations perspective, this is the smoothest start we've had in our memory. We want to thank our educational leaders for that, as they really have collaborated with their operational staff to get the needs taken care of. We're optimistic as the year goes, and ready to continue to work to serve our students and our staff.
Thank you.
The roof get done?
Yes, on there. Final city inspection was done earlier this week, and good today, got a little test of how it survived our little monsoon. Couple little repairs identified, but all within the scope of work still to be completed.
Mr. Ludan said the speakers are pretty amazing.
They are. They're still fine tuning. They're here on site as of tonight on there, fine tuning a couple dead spots we found with one of the gyms, and making sure our visuals are up to par.
Director of Health Services, Ms. Levitt.
Good evening. I don't have anything near as exciting as the dog and the speakers and all that stuff. Just we've had a good start to the school year, and I've been off and running. Health and safety is extremely busy, and I'll give you more updates next board meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Boards, just so you guys know, Ms. Arzu is not here, so, okay. Director of STEAM and Robotics.
Sure. So robotics, it's we've started recruitment for the middle school and high school. We're doing interviews. We put it out in Parent Square. We're going to be at back to school nights. Hopefully we're catching everyone. So trying to get those teams set up for the next few weeks. Talking with elementary teachers just today, figuring out what that plan was. They've been doing Lego after school and kind of see what that looks like going forward. I'm proud to say that we've registered a Lego team, and we are the first school team to register in the Antelope Valley probably in a while. So I'm hoping to get more. I mean, one of those things is we're trying to get enough teams out here and help them working together with a lot of organizations to get events locally out here. You know, we have this saying in FIRST called gracious professionalism, and it's about being good and professional and being good to yourself, but also trying to help others grow and improve that. So really that idea is part of robotics and really what we're going to do here, and getting out in outreach events and trying to make it out in the community. So you know, I got a grant available if FTC team wants to start in middle school or high school. Other than that, check the Aerotech News. There's an article about our K through 12 STEAM, and we've been looking at curriculum and trying to see what we have, and it's been going good. There's a lot of good people working on it, so I'm excited. Thank you.
All right, employee organizations, a representative from PATA?
None.
None? Representative from PACA?
None.
All right, moving forward with the consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda as is.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. All those opposed? No? Consent agenda approved. Where are we at? So discussion items?
Presentation by the Commission. It goes over the next page.
Presentation by the Latino Film Institute.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having us here. My name is Axel Caballero. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Latino Film Institute. Tell you a little bit about it, but this gentleman over here is Hector Chidar, Director of Education Programs, and we're going to guide you a little bit through Youth Cinema Project. Youth Cinema Project, Latino Film Institute were two initiatives that went hand in hand that became one organization. It's been around for a couple of decades now. In a variety of verticals. The education vertical in particular, we're a nonprofit organization. The mission is to advance, to educate, and to innovate around many communities, and particularly through powerful and impactful programming thereof. Initially, the hub of it was to change the landscape in the media industry, and by media is gaming, is TV, is film, is technology, and so on in music, and every vertical that we create in terms of our programs is designed to that. We start Youth Center Project at the 5th grade level all the way to high school, and we're going to guide you through that. The organization was founded by Mr. Edward James Olmos. It's a little bit of the convergence of art and reality, where he became sort of if you have seen STEM Deliver and Kino Sabi, the character that supported a lot of the students in the classroom and beyond, that's a little bit of the genesis of how this youth program was created. Aside from Youth Cinema Project, which we'll get into it, we have a whole infrastructure of organization, of initiatives and programs within the organization that dovetail the work of Youth Cinema Project. But perhaps we can go through the first slide. So that's the infrastructure. As I mentioned, Latino Film Institute creates an ecosystem within its organization to provide that framework. What we like to say, particularly around Youth Cinema Project, is not obviously for Latino only. It's just put together by very talented Latinos, and it's sort of a gift of the Latino community, as we like to say it, to all students and to all fellows and our individual kind of community members. We have Youth Cinema Project as our main core foundational element of a pathway from education all the way to the job, to the workforce. We do so through an infrastructure of the alumni pathways, which Hector will talk a little bit about, but it is continuation components that lead both to college preparation, that lead also to industry jobs and to workforce development. We have internal fellowships in partnership with the major studios, with Amazon, with Netflix, with Walt Disney, with Warner Brothers Discovery, with Sony, currently working also with Stars as a potential fellowship to provide hands-on applications of the educational component by creating short films, and that is linked together with the first two so that one leads to the other. It starts at the 5th grade, but then you move to pathways, then you move to your own funding, and then essentially to your own kind of executive and distribution, much more advanced career element. Right now at the Youth Cinema Project, we're in 16 districts in the state of California, serving close to 3,000 students. From everything, again, elementary, middle school, and high school. In the alumni and pathways, we have just received certification from the state of California to be an official trainee of students and of individuals for careers in entertainment industry that is sanctioned by the tax incentive and by the state, so as to fulfill a lot of the different requirements that has on studios and networks beyond. As I mentioned, the fellowships with all the studios, we have produced, I think now over 50, close to 50 films and short films in its different capacities, including the YCP alumni short film, which is an added, element and offering to all of our YCP alumni. YCP by YCP, I mean Youth Cinema Project. And so on and so forth. So that infrastructure as a whole is something that we bring to Youth Cinema Project. So the partnership of Youth Cinema Project is Youth Cinema Project with the school side or with the district. And it is very much an educational partnership, but it also includes all these other elements that are not part of that dynamic in the classroom, but that are an added bonus. So perhaps we can go to the next slide. So here I'll pass it over to Hector.
Thank you, and thanks for the opportunity to introduce YCP to you all. And so diving into the YCP, what we're doing is transforming classrooms or public schools into creative studios and spaces where young people can tell their stories. And so using a very rigorous curriculum, we are engaging young people from concept to screen, and so they're guided by professional filmmakers in the classroom to create and tell their stories. And so we also offer different programs within that. Our push-in is where we started, hence named YCP Signature. And built into that and beyond that is our after-school expanded learning programs, our CTE pathways, and then our alumni program as well. Moving on to the next slide here. You kind of touched on this a little bit, right? So we'll move along, but over the 11 years of our trajectory, we've grown substantially across the state of California, serving schools as far north as Napa Valley, down by the border in Brawley Elementary School District. And also in Palmdale School District, one of your neighbors here, we've been for many years. So we're thrilled about that. Moving along here. So this here sort of is a snapshot of all of our programs. Starting with the Signature program, this is a push-in program. So 2 professional filmmakers are hired, vetted, trained. They take our curriculum and they partner with a classroom teacher. That teacher brings their expertise into the classroom as an educator, and our filmmakers bring their expertise as filmmakers into the classroom. Mentors are leading the students from the beginning to the end of this process. And we're using a curriculum that is aligned with ELA, ELD, and Media Arts State standards. We're creating short narrative films. Depending on the number of students, they create anywhere from 1 to 4 films in a single school year. We're meeting twice a week for 90 minutes. The after-school program is similar structure, except it's more of that exploratory exposure opportunity for young people. So very hands-on, very project-based, enrichment-based, right? And we're meeting twice a week, 90 minutes after school, and they're creating short-form content. This then becomes much more integrated into the comprehensive after-school program, so there's multiple entry-exit points for students who wish to do other activities after school, or they can continue with us the whole duration. And then we have our CTE film production pathway, which is 2-course sequence. This is integrated into a CTE class or with a CTE teacher at a school campus here. And this is really that advanced level, right? So it's a concentrator capstone, and they're creating short narrative films, and then in the capstone course is broken up into 5 different units where they go deeper into advanced photography and other areas here, and they start to really prepare their portfolios as part of the class. And then we have a summer program, often is a great entry point as well. It's summer camp intensive, if you will, and they're creating short form content as well. On this next section here, we'll highlight the alumni and pathways. So the alumni network is made up of right now about 500 students. These are students who have completed YCP for 1 year. So at no cost to them or to the district or to families, they can continue with us to and through college or into careers. And that is as early as 5th grade, right? So if they finish 5th grade with us, then they stay connected with us just simply by an email or phone exchange. They're added to our database, and then they have access to these opportunities. That includes a robust network, where now we're seeing some of the students are creating their own projects, and they're inviting their peers from the alumni network to support that, right? And then beyond that is the pathways, which stand sort of in silo, but also are very much integrated, as you can imagine. We have a post-secondary education pathway, so we can support students if that's a route they choose to go through, from application support, guidance, building community and networks, also exploring that dual enrollment early college credit opportunities with some of the community colleges in the LA County area. We also have the workforce pathway, the industry pathway, and this is that advanced skills training. So really honing in on those skills and that exposure and that engagement. Set tours, studio visits, mentorships, fellowship opportunities, and that industry skills development piece. And then moving on to the workforce pathway that then connects them to jobs or on-the-job training or earn-to-learn opportunities, internships, pre-apprenticeships, right? So you can see how these all could bridge all together. They're layered, but also stand independently. Within that, we have the YCP Fellowship. This is the biggest student project yet. We provide mentorship and funding to 15 high school students to create a bigger budget, higher quality film. And so here they're mentored one-on-one by professional filmmakers. And over the course of an 8-month period, they are creating a short film. Last year we had the privilege of filming on the Universal Studios backlot. And that was, as you can imagine, an amazing experience. The kids joked about people on the tram waving at them this time instead of the other way around, right? But through and through, It was just it's a very immersive and intended to be that advanced level to bridge them into the other fellowship programs that Axel was mentioning. And then YCP at La Leaf that I'll touch on again later, so we can move along here. We use this approach through and through in all of our programs, so really bringing that real world experience into the classroom and allowing students to use their voice or amplify their voices through this experience, right? For example, they are each encouraged to write an idea and then pitch it to their class. Then the class gets to vote which ones they want to produce into films, right? Another option for student choice here is, for example, they get to write a proposal about which roles they want to take up, right? Because they might be creating more than one film or project, they can play multiple roles. Some of them also want to be in front of the camera, right? So we provide that opportunity for them. But this is something you'll see through and through all the curriculum. We're really proud to find that that Stanford Center for Assessment found that we're using research-based practices in what we're doing, and because we integrate 21st century learning and the 4 C's or SEL into the curriculum, we are using practices that are helping foster this within the young people. And so we'll see this through and through and time again each year. If you move along to the next one here, we want to highlight that this last year, students are consistently reporting personal growth in some of these areas, and then the teachers' observations of their students are mirroring that as well. They're saying that they're seeing the same growth, as well as in like academics, for example. We're hearing that because the signature program has a very rigorous screenwriting process, it is challenging, and we're very transparent about it, but they get through it. We're seeing that the students' improvement in writing is bleeding into some of these other areas of their academics as well, for example. And so if you move along to the next slide here, this is the rubric that we use in some of the areas that we're supporting student growth. So it is a self-assessment. We do pre and post with the students, and then at the end of the year, students are self-reporting, teachers and the mentors are also sort of reporting that growth that we're seeing in our young people. But this is all data that we sort of synthesize and then share back with you all so you can see some of the impact that we're having. Next slide here, please. These are some of the basics, right? So we have a tech team, a phenomenal tech team. They support the procurement of that, the setup, the inventory of it. Of course, working with the IT department internally, right? It's very niche, if you will. So we guide the entire process to ensure that you all have what you need. We also offer different options to make it really accessible for schools, whether you choose to lease it or if you want to long-term invest and purchase all the equipment that you need. These are options that we guide you through as well. Moving along here, a critical part to the success of the program is this collaboration here, where the filmmakers as experts are partnered with the classroom teacher, right? So that educator and filmmaker trio is really at the core of it. So teachers are invited to be a part of it all, active, present through this entire thing. And when they are, this is where we see really the big impact. And so, you can see respectively they're bringing in their expertise, and this is how we are supporting young people through this entire process. Here's a visual of what that looks like, Signature and After School, some of the two programs. Signature starts off with screenwriting. It is very rigorous, it's very challenging. Students sometimes think they can't get through it, but they do. They work through that first semester developing their stories. So they're introduced to sort of the superhero's journey, if you will, and the narrative story structure, and they're developing their characters. They're working together to create everything they need in the pre-production phase, which is mostly the first half of the year. Then when they come back after winter break, it's the production phase and the editing, and they're piecing the things together before they prepare for the film festival and the end of the year. This is also the point where they're introduced to YCP alumni, so they can sign up if they choose. And then after school, as I mentioned, there's 3 different projects. There's the silent film or the introduction piece, the narrative PSA or social impact, and then finally a web series with 3 episodes. And this year we're piloting an animation program in after school, which is really exciting as well. This is a little bit in the weeds, but because it's a 90-minute block, often we look at what does that look like in a school that might have a 6-period day, right, or not a 90-minute or block schedule. And so that, we can dive into this a little bit later, but there's a way where we structure this to ensure that, time is not lost, but rather it's a little bit more gained when you pair it with like an elective course. Other schools are pairing it with like a social studies course or an ethnic studies course, and someone is also even pairing it with a PE course. So it just really kind of depends on the school and how it aligns with your goals. This is just a list of some of those that Axel was mentioning, right? So nothing we do is on our own, but definitely we're championing the efforts. And so the partners that we have here are supporting in many different capacities. We have the opportunity sometimes to bring students from the classroom on a field trip to visit the set or visit a studio tour. Everyone here is supporting in many different ways all these initiatives through YCP. I think here's a fun one. This is always an exciting part for the students. They get to create a poster that captures the essence and the tone and style of their films in one shot here. The winners of each grade level then get printed and they're displayed at the film festival, which you can imagine just makes it very real for students. And that's the next slide here, YCP at La Leaf. We always need a cherry on top. Next slide, please, right? And this is the full-on experience. So La Leaf in itself is the nation's largest Latino film festival, and we're showcasing, the work of many talented folks across the diaspora. And YCP at La Leaf is a student festival exclusively for these participants, and they get that experience, the red carpet, the big screen, the Q&As, the special screenings, the award ceremonies. YCP at Libraries, where we invite actors to come in and read scripts that were not produced into films, right? And so it's really this big, and of course pictures with EJO, right? That parents are really thrilled about. But this really is the culminating experience, but also that launch into like what's next for those that are really excited about this experience. And then this is just kind of a snapshot of what that can look like. That was a lot of information, right? But hopefully this paints sort of an overview of what we're offering in partnership with schools and districts, and would, if there's time for questions, we'd be happy to answer it.
Yeah, and before we wanted to bring a little video to see particularly the alumni process, because we're expanding that as we see a really added benefit. This is, again, as Hector mentioned, is not at cost to any of the districts, but rather as a mission component to continue empowering these students throughout. A lot of what Hector was talking about that we've been reporting from other districts, higher performance and attendance in particular, two metrics that are key vis-a-vis the YCP alumni method, the YCP engagement and instructional method, because as you can see, it provides an infrastructure for students to kind of get creative and learn at the same time. So we'll play this short video and then open it up for questions if you have any questions.
It's been honestly a wild ride. I think being here with everyone, the production team, is really like the best part about it.
I would say that the YCP is extremely important. This is an invaluable resource in the sense that it lends underserved voices a microphone.
Simply put, I just think the mere existence of this program is doing a lot, because if you actively focus your attention on marginalized voices that aren't probably being paid attention to, then like the film industry will grow, because you got more people, you got more voices, more perspectives.
It's a very unique experience for sure. Seeing how all these different talents come together to make one piece is very inspiring. Being here is like being in the professional world already.
So far my experience has been way more than I expected. This program is filled with different trips that they've taken us, and they have a lot of partnerships with opportunities that they have provided for us, as well as bringing us to these amazing places to shoot.
I'd probably say one of my favorite moments is the focus pool. I didn't think that I could do it, but my mentor called me over and he was like, here, do this, and I just did a focus pool. And I was nervous at first, and I've heard a lot of people say that I did pretty good, so I'm pretty proud about that.
I wouldn't be as confident entering the film industry if it wasn't for YCP in the first place. So allowing me to put my name on a film, like that's just good for building a future career in film.
They really got me more confident in myself when it comes to like reading.
Honestly, YCP class, like the regular one, is already fun itself, but this is like incredible. I never expected to be like on a set like this.
The program really helps provide a basis as to what career opportunities there are and what options there are for people.
Having this opportunity as a teenager, it's just a dream come true, honestly.
All the experiences I learned, I think it'll definitely help, because I'm a very opinionated person. and this helped me let that out of my shell more and talk to people.
This program has honestly changed my life, and I feel like everyone else around the world should get an opportunity like this. The mentors and everyone in this whole thing is just so positive, and they only want to see you doing good.
I think that relationship between students and our mentors is super important. I feel like I'm growing as a person because of that work experience.
So thank you again for allowing us to come and present a little bit of the work that we do. I don't know if anyone has any questions. I know we might be a little bit over.
Any questions? Any more?
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving forward with action items, recommend to approve the PAC MOU employee reclassification.
So this is an agreement that we've come to with our classified union that serves both the employees and the academy, where we are taking our traffic monitors and absorbing them into the campus security classification. So it's just to kind of clean up some of our classifications.
Make a motion to recommend the approval of the PAC MOU.
Seconded.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. The motion before us is to recommend and approve the safety and security specialist position.
So this was part of our adopted budget. This was a position in there, so this is just the job description to go along with that. For somebody who can take over the fire drills, safety of the academy, monitor and supervise our campus security. We have a ton of them across all three campuses, so it kind of puts it in one place.
So this is a full-time role?
Yes.
Any other questions?
Motion to recommend the approval of the safety and security specialist position.
Seconded.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. The motion before us is to recommend and approve the non-discrimination in employment policy.
We previously didn't have a non-discrimination policy, and as you, I brought you Title IX a couple of board meetings ago. One of the things that's connected to Title IX is also having a non-discrimination policy, and that's really rooted and connected in CSBA, especially when we look at policies that they recommend that school districts and or charter schools have. So this is really just an extension of Title IX and really a requirement that we should have.
Any questions? May I have a motion?
Well, this isn't a first read, correct?
It is the first read, it is the final read, it is the read.
Okay, the read.
And like I said, if they're
I didn't remember seeing it before, but I did
Yes.
have recommendations to change, so.
any recommendations whatsoever, you always send them my direction, and I'll make sure those get taken care of before we post them.
Any other questions? All right, may I have a motion?
Move to approve the non-discrimination in employment policy.
Seconded.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. The motion before us is to recommend and approve the sexual harassment board policy and administrative regulations.
So obviously, this actually has an administrative regulation now, and then updates were made, again, just to fall in line with Title IX and to make sure that the policy, one, is reviewed on the basis that it has to be reviewed, and then any changes were actually made to bring it, up to date.
Any questions? No? May I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I make a motion to approve the recommendations of sexual harassment board policy and administrative regulations.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. That's the first one, right? All right, next one, long time coming. Recommend to approve Palmdale School District bus contract.
Absolutely. This gives our academics and athletics another option to utilize for bus transportation, both locally and out of the area. This is in addition to our other contracts, and we get to choose what's best fitting for our timing and money to best accommodate the academy. We fully meet all the insurance requirements, and the contract has been vetted. We feel like this would be a beneficial service for the academy to have.
Is this cost savings to the school and the different sections of the school that need it?
We can anticipate some cost savings for local travel. Some of our other options would be a little cheaper for our out-of-area travel. But you will see a lot of savings within our athletics department specifically because of all the local travel.
Awesome. Any other questions? May I have a motion?
Motion to approve the Palmdale School District bus contract.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for your minutes, Jeff.
Thank you, Paul, and the team for getting this out there. Thank you. And Vicki, thank you. First one, right? All right, public announcements regarding closed session items? None? Public comments for items on closed session agenda?
None.
All right, I'd like to adjourn at 6:05 for closed session.
Did it tell you
Ready,
January
guys?
third,
Yeah.
fourth, and fifth? For the,
Oh, for this. Like to reconvene from closed session? What are we saying?
No,
I know we're not up and running.
No action taken
I
during.
mean, we're not up and running yet. Are we good?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's happening?
No, we're good.
Okay, no action taken during closed session. Board reports, Mr. Yeah.
I'm good.
You're good? Yeah. Okay, nothing to report? Ms. Lee?
Yeah.
Ms. Cheryl?
good.
Mr. Trio?
No, nothing like, other than back to school night, had a great attendance. I couldn't believe I couldn't find a place to park when I got here. It was well attended.
Nothing to report.
Just
Congratulations on a fantastic start to the school year. And, you know, I know we did a MOA tonight for traffic monitors going to security thing, but even before I saw that, I wanted to just say thanks to them, because when I dropped our son off, there's always a wave, you know, the security people letting them in, fist bumps. You know, the kids see happy people as they're coming to school, and that's a good thing. So, first thing they see is cheerful faces. That's good.
I just want to give a big shout out to the girls volleyball team after back to school night that was well attended. Came over and watched the girls volleyball team. I could say the school spirit is riding high at the school. They play the speaker system and they're using that for sure. Like definitely intimidate the other teams and stuff. But sad the girls lost a hard fought game and stuff against Vasquez. Vasquez or they played, but they're doing well. All right. Any other things? Can I get a motion?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned at 7:23.